Good afternoon. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Kisses, kisses, kisses to everyone. Blessings, blessings, blessings to all my brothers and sisters out there. I'm sorry, my family. Um, I hope you're having a good day. Hope you are having a good work week. Also, just a productive type of time out there, collective. Okay. Um, Welcome to the Fox Chat, baby. Welcome to the Fox Chat, baby. Why? Because Fox CT is your bestie. Use caution when you sit me. Like, um, mm, mm. I knew I should have moved the goddamn thing. My bad, y'all. Let me get this up. I almost spilled it on myself. My bad. Let me get my mess up real quick. We'll move on the cards on messing with the cards. I knew I should have. Normally, I hold my finger on this part and then drink it, but I was being lazy. Okay. Hey everyone. Let's get into it. I just need a squig of that. Also, collective, as I cleanse the space and cleanse the area and cleanse the cards, I want to start off by saying, I feel that someone is projecting onto you, collective. When I say projecting onto you, it's a little bit manipulative. They know how to persuade someone to do something that they need them or want them to do. I'm not going to say that it's all of them. Okay, I'm not just gonna put it on that, but we know how the devil like to play. You get what I'm saying? When something is at this point, it seems like that you're about to get your abundance, that you're about to get everything that you asked for, right, collective? And while you're in a space of seeming like that you're ready to get everything that you asked for, that's when the devil be like, oh, you back on track, you back on the path that you're supposed to be on. Oh, distraction, and they get the person closest to you that has access to you to try to distract you and keep you from your mission, you know, or your purpose, collective. Okay, so because it's basically the area. Okay. So I'm also getting that um this person, I'm not saying that they're not your friend, but their interest ain't your interest. Right, y'all don't have the same thing. Even if you might like this person, they might be one of your favorite people. Um, uh, y'all y'all don't align as much as you think. Hey, I know you ain't say Dubai. Dubai? You a Dubai, babe? Kay. I know, is that what you saying? Is that what you saying, Kay? Hey. Yeah, if it is, then I'm proud of you, boo. Yo, what? Hey, what do the tomatoes say to the other tomato in the race? Catch up. Catch up. Okay. So look, right, collective. So you might have a person around you that's just like I said, they just don't have the same, they don't have the same interests that you have. Like what they consider fun may not be fun to you as well. But this might be your favorite person. This might be a person that you really care about, care for being around and everything like that. But you possibly could be seeing as you starting to progress that this person is not, y'all don't align. Okay, collective. So I feel like you're understanding like your purpose, and you also realizing that the people that you're around at this moment do not care about what you are saying. So your no doesn't mean no to them. They don't respect your no. They don't respect what the words that you're coming out your mouth. They don't respect your feelings, your emotions, or anything like that. It's more of a them type of thing, and almost seeming like a one-sided friendship or relationship or whatever. Collective. That's what I feel like, because you're on a path of getting what you need to get, or going the path you need to go down, that it's seeming like that they're trying to keep you, they feel like that you below them, and they're trying to keep you below them, in a manipulative reverse psychology type of way. But they might not be even knowing it either. So I'm not going to really put it on them as if it's intentional, but this is exactly what they're doing, collective. Um, hey, Jessica. Hey, Jessica. 2598. I said Jessica. I meant Jurassic. I'm sorry. Jurassic 2598. My bad. I read that too fast. Okay, so um collective, yeah. Yeah. What you have, wisdom, collective wisdom. Wisdom came out and it says, God has a plan for me. I live here now knowing beauty is to come. I don't force things to happen faster than the universe has decided for me. I learn from my experiences, take small steps in faith, and succeed thanks to all my efforts. So you understand that wisdom is the key. And you might be becoming wise to the fact that they're doing this to you. You get what I'm saying? Because you're learning from your mistakes. You're learning from, oh, this person not understanding that I'm saying, no, I don't want to go somewhere. Or no, I don't want to spend money on this. No, I going to clubs or partying and stuff like that is fun to you, but it's really not fun to me. But if you notice, they always try to get you to come to a club or something that they want to do, instead of saying, hey, what's fun to you? And let's try to do something you like to do. Because they don't care. You get what I'm saying? They don't care. They don't care nothing about you. They just need you as long as you can contribute to them, or they can benefit off of you. Once you wake up and realize that that's what they're doing to you, they'll just toss you to the side. Trust me, they'll toss you to the side. And you'll be like, what the heck? But you have wisdom now. You aware. You learn from it. So I mean, don't look at it as, why is people doing bad to me? Look at it as, I'm gaining wisdom from dealing with these people, because guess what? I'm learning. I won't make the same mistake again, type of thing. Divine Light Collective. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you. Divine Light. It says, I am an expression of love, and I shine like the sun. My inner light is my strength and my treasure. My intuition guides me to discover the wonder and goodness of who I am. So you're getting back to who you are without the projections of other people. And this is another thing that I came to the conclusion yesterday while having a serious conversation with someone. I realized that I used to be around people that was in secret competition with me, but I seen them as a friend. Okay. We're gonna use that as confirmation, okay? Okay, I was right on point. So, and okay, it could be an emergency, collective. Like, you could be going through something that could be an emergency or very important or urgent to you, and you realize that they don't care nothing about it. It don't seem urgent to them. They like, you're overreacting, you're over dramatic, you're whatever, collective. I feel like that. I had to realize that I had a person that was around me that I really cared for and felt like that they were a friend. But like I said, they was in a competition with me, but not saying like I'm just the person to be in competition with. No, I noticed that they was in competition with a lot of people. Okay, they just kept me around because I was the one that was a little bit seemed like a little bit under them, and by them keeping me around, it kind of like boost their ego, kept their little fire under their butt, or kept them on their toes. Because if they see me itching a little bit more, they just know when to move, when to try to evolve or get a step ahead, right? And I I'm just now realizing that's what happened. You get what I'm saying? I'm just realizing that. And I took myself away from that person. I completely cut ties. I blocked the person so you can't even see. Instead of you sitting up here using me as a elevation tool or whatever, or something to keep, to keep you on your toes, you can't even see what I'm doing. I blocked the person on everything that I could possibly block the person on. Okay, so you can't even see what level that I'm doing or whatever. You can't see if I'm doing worse than you. You can't see if I'm doing better than you. You just can't see me, because what's the point of you sitting up there trying to compare your life to mine? And this is how I also realized that too, is because once I moved here, okay, now this person already had a nice place or whatever the case may be. That's cool, 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 cool. But once I moved here and gotten a little bit closer to what she had, or what was like close to seeming like I was doing a little better. I don't even want to say doing a little better, because I still like their place past mine regardless. But mine looked at a little newer because I just came. So next thing you know, they started painting their walls. Like, and when I say painting their walls, you might be thinking like, oh, they're just decorating, da da da. No, like painting their walls white. Like again, like it was already white, but they painting it white even more, like, cause so it could look newer. So you see the difference? It's like, you know, no, I gotta pay mine, because you see, Tiara looks, my real name Tiara, but I'm Foxy T. But yeah, they like hers look like this. She got nice. Duh, I'm in a new space. But this is not a competition. You always had a better place than I felt. This is how I felt. You always had a better place than me, and that didn't have me doing stuff and being like, you got this and I got that. No, I was happy for her having what she had. Yes, I wanted better for myself, but it didn't make me move like like I was in competition with her. Hers seemed like it made her move like I was in competition. Also, I see how she used to talk about her sister, and how she used to move and say, oh no, I want her to know how much money I made. Just to throw it in her face or whatever, so she know, because she think I'm the bum sister or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, what? Why is y'all in competition or whatever like that? It shouldn't feel like that. But I seen how strategic she could be, where it's like, that's why she's telling you that she makes money on Instagram, Tiara. That's why she's telling you, because she knows that's what she wanted to do. That's what you always wanted to do. And she kind of want to throw it in your face that, hey, I managed to do what you always wanted to do. And it's like, okay, you know, and it's cool. Like, and I love that for you. And I was really genuinely like happy for her and everything like that. And then it just wasn't equal. You get what I'm saying? And then I also realized that that person will spend my money for me, with like, yeah, when you get your money, we could go this, we could do this, we could do that, we could. And I'll be like, my mind be on, pay my bills double time, get a vehicle, because I can't be on this bus like this no more. You get what I'm saying? Mine be on the stuff that I need, instead of trying to look like I'm better than somebody. Like, I'm not in competition with nobody. So I had to realize that I had to remove myself from that person, because that person really wasn't my friend. That person was really just keeping me close so they could keep up with what I was doing, so they knew what rate, or that they were at in life. Collective, I feel like you have this divine light that it just come naturally how you are, and you have the wisdom already, and that's why they're going back to school to try to gain it, because you didn't even go and do no extra schooling in order for you to try to gain it. But somehow you have the knowledge, you're connected in some type of way, you divined in some type of way, you just aware, because I feel like that you went through a lot of things already that has shaped you and shaped you into a person where you learn from your mistakes. Okay. And when you learn from your mistakes, you actually put them into action. And that's how you elevate it in your life. And they are seeing that, but not seeing that you had to go through stuff in order to get there. So it's like they're just trying to keep up with you, or be a little seem like they're a little bit above you, and they like trying to keep you under them. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said it seemed like that she was trying to like spend my money for me, because it was like the things that I would do with my money if I'm not around her would serve me and serve my purpose. If I'm around her, she has access to be an influence on me and be like, yeah, we could go to this concert, we can go to that concert. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, well, yeah, I could, spare a couple dollars for that. I could, whatever, like that. Knowing darn well that's not what I would have spent my goddamn money on. Like, I mean, I'm not really interested. That doesn't, yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't really tickle my fancy as much as it tickles hers. But if we do that, then that she knows that she's doing all that stuff with a lot more money than me. So she's able to spend that and not look like nothing. Like it's nothing to her. Me, I'm budgeting. I gotta still be frugal, because I didn't get no big lump sum from IG. I don't get no big lump sum from YouTube. I'm just doing this because I love this. Do I want to get paid for this eventually? Yes, I do. But I do this because this is just who I am. And I feel eventually I will be blessed and it will come. But it will come when it needs to come. So collective, I feel like that this person is yeah, they just like in competition with you. But I feel like that you cut that access from yourself off from them. If you haven't, you need to. If you have it, you need to. You also have to look at the red flags too. If they do a lot of stuff that kind of irritates you that you just wouldn't do, like let's say if they drive and they always driving and like because they the person with the vehicle, but they don't never put no seatbelt on, that might bother you. You get what I'm saying? Get away from that person, especially when you gotta tell them. It's hard to tell the person to put a seatbelt on in their own vehicle. It's hard to tell the, you know what I mean? So just get away from that person, because it's time for you to be successful, collective. It's time for you to be successful. So it says, I grow and thrive, in the universe. I discover the purity of my heart and the higher wisdom that guides me towards victory. I direct my thoughts towards clarity and nurture wisdom. And you got wisdom, you see what I'm saying? And nurture wisdom, love, and goodness within me. I am free now, and I succeed in my life. You free. You must have freed yourself from that person. You are no longer under their little spell or whatever, or under their influence, even if you felt like you weren't. Because most of us think that we are leaders or we're not really followers, and we're really not. But when you care about somebody or you're with somebody, like you just have a best friend or your spouse or whatever like that, you or a family member or something like that, you have to understand that they are more influential to you than you may think, because you care about their feelings. You care about making them happy. You care about being a part of the situation. I don't know. But at the same time, collective, it's like this is your time to be successful, and you are actually being successful because you're removing the things you're removing. Okay, just like I had to remove the leaves, the outside leaves of my plant for it to grow. Like the little leaves on the outside, I had to remove them leaves. Once I removed them leaves, I'm not gonna lie, my plant shot up. It started growing, and I'm like, dang, was them leaves really keeping holding it back from growing that much? Like that can't be. But that's just like how it is with you. You need to remove those leaves. Yes, they might have been there from the beginning. Yes, they might have, been there when you were down and you wasn't that high in life or at that certain level. But if you don't take them off, because they serve you no purpose, if you don't take them off, you will never be able to grow anymore, collective. Okay, so you have gratitude as well. You have gratitude, collective. It says, I am aware of the light in my life. I direct my thoughts to the beauty in and around me. I give thanks to God for every little thing that brings me joy. Thus, I enlighten my thoughts, riches surround me, and I appreciate all that life brings me. So, you're just thankful for what you have. You're not sitting up here trying to manipulate nobody. Reverse psychology, try to, play nobody out there, spy, try to, nothing like that. You are getting what you're supposed to get naturally and authentically and at the pace that the universe wants you to, and you're grateful for it. You have so much gratitude for it. You understand? Uh you're not like, all right, God, all right, creator, we universe, like, where's where's my next step? Where's my next thing? No. You're grateful for what you have at the moment. You love the fact that you are successful, even though you don't see yourself where your potential may be. You know you have more potential to go further in life, but you find the success in where you are at the moment, and you're grateful for it. Okay, you also have acceptance, collective. Okay, and it says, I accept every step that life presents me without resistance. What okay, I try to find out what the universe is trying to teach me. That's how you get your wisdom, y'all. That's how you get your wisdom. Okay, so that I can grow. Okay, thus I advance in freedom on the path of life. So now you advance in freedom. You're no longer held back, captive in that little friendship, that situationship, that codependency that you don't need to be in. You're allowed, you're removing yourself from the situation. Now you're allowed to grow. Now you're allowed to learn from your mistakes and actually do what you would rather do. Okay, maybe a person is, it could be any dudes, girls, it could be anybody. This goes for men too as well. You might got a homeboy that's just always want to go out, always want to party every goddamn weekend. All he talking about is getting girls, or whatever like that, or spending money on girls, or this and this and that, or you gotta have this, you gotta have that to level up, or whatever. And you're low key doing things to try to keep up with this person, because you want to be a part, and not only that, you don't want to kind of let them down in a way and be like, nah, I'm good, yo, because you want to hear their mouth. It's gonna be like, oh man, yo, you can do that, man, yo, you big daddy, man, yo, but you really feel like that you have more important things to do, but this person may not value those things in their life. So they're okay with being behind with stuff like that. But you're not. You're like, it's not making sense to me. It's not clicking to me. And if I don't take care of it, I'm not going to be able to advance. I'm not going to be able to acquire what I need to acquire. Like at first, like for instance, even for me, I couldn't save nothing. I get a, I have a fixed income, which is not nothing. That people who think that I make money on, no. I got fixed little income that makes low key nothing. I can take care of the bills, and that's basically it. Okay, so I stay to myself and I do things and I create things and I make it work for me. Okay, so my kids don't have to see no difference. They don't have to feel without or whatever like that. But at the same time, we don't glorify uh immaterialistic things too as well. It's also teaching them to be grateful for what they do have, and blessings will come as they may. So um at the moment it's like, okay, as I'm doing that, okay, I'm realizing I separated myself from that person. Okay, and from that, them type of spending my money for me type of people, right? Because it's different when a person be like, hey, you want to go out, whatever like that. It's on me type of thing. I ain't talking about those people. We ain't talking about them. We talk about the people that's like, yeah, you try to do this, you try to do that, or whatever like that. Yeah, yeah. When you get paid, we can da 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 da. You spending my money for me. Which little do you know that money is already spent, man. Cause I got bills to pay. I pays mine. So and that might be the different perspective that y'all have, where it's like you have things that matters more to you, like bills, things like that come first for you. Them is like, I can let that one bill go. I could wait until they give me a cutoff notice. Like, yo, nah, and unto you like, I've been through that, chick. I've been through life like that. I refuse to be like that just because I want to sit up there and party with you. You get what I'm saying? I got better things to do. I'ma feel a lot more better if my is taken care of. Okay. So, collective, you're accepting the fact that you had to separate yourself from that person, and now you're able to grow. Because think about it, like that, like I said, now that I took that person away from me, I stopped doing certain things that was really taking up my money that I really did. That was unnecessary, whatever like that. Now on a fucking fixed income, I'm allowed to have my bills paid and still have a little bit in the savings. Girl, what? I never was able to save nothing. Nothing. Everything had nothing, not a dollar. I would spend down to my last dollar overdraft some things. You know what I'm saying? And this is just a new feeling for me. And I feel like even though you can't see it, even though other people like outside looking in can't see it, I feel more accomplished than I ever have because I I have that little safety net. You get what I'm saying? It's not much. It's not much. But it's more than I ever had before. I never my always been zero. Always my bills was paid. Always been zero though. You get what I'm saying? And I would have to find creative ways to make, my kids happy and have fun and stuff like that or whatever like that. Now it's like I'm still keeping that same mentality by finding creative ways to make my kids happy and have fun and stuff like that. But with a couple dollars in my savings, what? I ain't. That's the elevation and the elevation that I acquired by separating myself from people. You get what I'm saying? And I also realized that when I would get my money, I would also give out money too. And I didn't pay attention to that. I will give out money too to help other people out, just to help them out, okay? Because I know how hard it is. So I would pay my bills, give my kids money, and then give them money too, because I already know like how it is, whatever like that. Not saying that they had to pay me back or nothing like that, but I cared about them that much that it's like, yeah, I got your back. But at the same time, I might have had to separate myself from that person because that person was banking on that. And not only that, when they would get their big lump sum or their big $30,000, $20,000, they didn't look out for me like that. And it was completely understood because you could do whatever you want with your money. You get what I'm saying? But instead, they was trying with that same money, they would try to be like, keep up with me. Did you get a vehicle yet? Oh, I'm gonna get. Because I should get a vehicle, whatever. Like, girl, you're good. You got a steady income that brings in thousands and thousands of dollars every month. You can do that at any moment. I don't have that luxury. So shoot, when my taxes coming back, like, girl, that's the only time I can afford a goddamn vehicle. Like, shoot, you gotta be quiet. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's why I'm moving the way I'm moving. You don't have to try to keep up with me. I don't have the same advantages as you, but you're accepting that person really wasn't for you at this moment, collective, and you are moving the way you need to be moving because you don't need that pressure of being locked down and in a cage space and not being able to grow because of the people around you don't want you to grow. A new opening, collective, a new opening. It says, when one door closes, I am confident another will open, and it will be for my betterment, your betterment, okay? And it says, I accept that life brings challenges and acknowledge the opportunity and learning they present to me. Serenity comes from within. So you could be at peace and you could be so serene when you focus on yourself and focus on how you need to be for yourself. And when you learn from your lessons, because a lot of times we suffer because we don't be learning from our lessons. Something that happened over and over and over again. This person to show you they're Judas over and over and over again, and the whole time, or who was it, Peter, Judas, whoever. But they'll show you that they were that person over and over and over again, and you just keep on giving them chance after chance after chance, like that's not what their mission is, you know. And but I think that you are realizing, like, yeah, you shutting this door, you closing that door in that situation, and something new is coming because you actually did shut that door. Freedom is coming. Freedom. You're free now. You free now. What it say? It says, I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. So listen, by you being hurt, by you being wounded, by you, you know, being hurt by other people, you kind of move in a certain type of way. And it might make you doubt yourself. It might make you have resentment towards certain people. And you might feel guilty in the sense where it's not even your goddamn fault. You get what I'm saying? So you're working, collective, you on a path of working to free yourself from this situation. Your freedom, you got freedom. Okay, you got the wisdom, you got the divine light, you're about to be successful. You're grateful, so grateful for the things that you're learning. You're accepting what you're learning. You're putting it to work. And also a new door is opening. And then what? You going out and you're able to be free, collective. So at this time, I feel like that you might be finding a career that, or stepping into, because the new door opening, you might be stepping into a career that will allow financial freedom, collective. I don't know what it could be or whatever like that, but it could be leading you to financial freedom. So instead of you having that fixed income like me, you get what I'm saying? You might be on a way to being able to make as much as money as you want to, and being able to do more things than you ever have done ever in life. Okay, all the stuff that you expected or wanted to do, I think that you're stepping on the right path to start doing that. So it's starting, collective. Oh yes, it's starting, collective. Just use that wisdom that you just learned. You be wise about the situation. You love the person, you care about the person, but that person might not deserve your heart or your blessings. Understand they can get their own. That's not you being selfish or anything like that, but that's also you worrying about yourself and taking care of yourself as well. You have to take care of yourself first before you can sit up there and take care of everyone else. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be there to be able to take care of everyone else. Creation collective, creation. You have, I have the power to direct my life. With a constructive attitude, I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into affirmative action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. So you are creating your destiny by allowing yourself to improve your inner and outer worlds by realizing that by you doing good by people, that's how you're in control. You're aligning yourself in a way of being able to be blessed and highly favored because you are doing what God would want you to do. Period. You're not being negative towards nobody. You're not sitting up there being in a secret competition with them. They're not on you. They're not living rent free in your mind. You understand? You're not sitting up there worried about them and saying, as long as I'm a little above them, I look a little better than them. I look like a little I'm better than. No, you're not doing that. And by you not having that type of bone in your body or spirit or hold that type of spirit, that's why you are in the sense of being able to be free and abundant and getting everything that you need to get. Mm. I'm not saying that whoever it was that, my friend or whatever, my so called friend or whatever, person I consider my friend, I'm not saying that they're a bad person or anything like that, but their values was a little messed up at the time, and maybe they needed that separation from me, like I needed that separation for me to grow or whatever like that. They might have needed that separation to grow for themselves too as well. We don't know what they might have learned by the absence of me, and just like they don't know what I might have learned from the absence of them. Okay, sometimes separation just brings wisdom too as well. My eye, like when I be picking up like these little lashes be, and I can't even say it's the lashes because they be doing that when when I don't have lashes. I think it might be the mascara. I just need to really, really wipe my eyes and like clean them before I wake up. I mean, before I go to bed. Anyway, freedom. Freedom, because my eyes be watering. I be done, though. I be done for. Um, um, yeah. Freedom Collective. Okay. You also have action. After you free yourself, you're putting it into action collective. It says my divine action incites my harmony, and I am aware. Okay. And I am aware of my thoughts and driven by positive forces. I listen to my heart, my desire to manifest light transforms test into growth, challenge into opportunity, and fear into love. Woo! Yeah, I think it was the like my eye watering, and then the glue, the little glue getting into my eye, whatever. So my light. So you're putting into action. You putting in you're putting your divine purpose into action. Okay, so whatever is meant for you and you're meant to do, you're putting in action. You're lining it up so it can actually fall into place. Okay, you putting the chips where they supposed to go. You putting the pieces where they belong. Okay, and by you doing that, that's setting everything up for success. Okay, and it's all for your betterment, collective. But you learned a lot of things by going through stuff, going through this, learning process and the things that you went through with these people. Okay, You have to understand certain things happen for a reason. It's giving you the opportunity to learn and grow some wisdom from that situation. Even if that's not how that person is, they might make that person be that certain type of way because they're close to you, and you'll grasp the lesson a little bit more by being them. You know, because it might be shocking to you. What? Not them. Nah, that can not them. You know what I'm saying? And it's allowing yourself to realize that it is very much well possible, sweetheart. And the devil will work in whomever they need to that's closest to you at that moment, that can get to you at that moment. If you keep saying no, 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 and it's not taken, um, and it's not getting to you and it's not working, from different avenues, it will go into somewhere closer to you, even into your children. Your children can be used by the devil too as well. Do they mean it? No, they don't. But the devil know how to get to you, baby. The devil know what you care about. Okay? A lot more than you think. Than you think you do. You might be like, oh, I do care about that person, but no, your devil know your weakness and your and you at this moment are taking your weaknesses and you're turning them into your strengths. You have inner work, collective, inner work. And it says, God brings me ideal situations. What the heck did what did I just say? Okay. Okay. I just said that. I just said that certain situations happen so you can learn. And it says, God brings me ideal situations for my inner healing. As I become aware of my weaknesses, I turn them into strengths. I just said that. I direct my thoughts towards the light and see the positive side of every stage of my life. Darkness turns into courage, thus I get stronger. So that's how you creating your strength, by doing the inner work, collective. You're sitting up there, you're working it out. You're putting in the work. You're doing the inner work, and that's why your strength is becoming a little bit more stronger than they can ever imagine, because they're not sitting up there actually looking and paying attention and being front row to your inner work. You get what I'm saying? Or your inner healing. So they not aware of what step you're on, and why you cutting them off and removing yourself from that type of situation. Not only are they not aware of what level you are in healing or where you are in healing, they are also not aware of uh uh what you have to come what you have to come to either, like what your blessings looking like either. They're not aware. They're not aware. So if they're not aware and they can't see it, they can't attack it. They don't know where to hit you at. They don't, and not only that, by them not seeing it, they don't know how strong you are, so they don't know if it will work anyway if they did attack you. Or that's they're fighting you blind now. They don't have an inside scoop. So now as they trying to fight against you and fight against your wisdom or whatever, they're realizing that their attacks is not helping, it's not doing anything to you, because you did the inner work, and they don't know how strong you are at this moment, collective. You're a little bit more strong. You're a little bit more strong than they thought you could ever be. You also have guidance, collective. Guidance. You have, in times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light in my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me and step forward in trust. I release my faith to God, and my faith is rewarded. Hello, hey Georgia. Hey Georgia Brown. Hey Naveen. How you doing, bro? Um you are guided. You are paying attention to your guidance at this point, and you are guided to like let things be in God's hands, and you just do as much as you can. Okay? And you're realizing that every step counts. Just take it one step at a time. New doors will open for you, and they are opening for you. But you have done the inner work for you to be able to walk through those doors and survive in those situations and surviving and on that next level. They're not aware of that. The people that once had a front row seat to whether you grew or failed, You get what I'm saying? Is not aware of your strength anymore. They don't know what to throw at you. They, like I said, they're fighting you blind. They're fighting you blind, so they don't even know what will affect you, what will attack you. You know, they think it should, but then they realize like nothing's happening. Why is nothing happening? Why is nothing? Because I did the inner work, baby. I do things behind the closed doors. I do without you here distracting me. I am allowed to ascend and grow and evolve. Excuse me, and be exactly who I am called to be. Okay, and a lot of times that means I'm being called to be without this distraction, i.e., them, you. You know what I'm saying? And their criticism too as well. A lot of people project on their goddamn criticism and their I don't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But then behind closed doors, you word around town. Yeah. All right. Choo choo. You get what I'm saying? But I don't judge. But those up there act like you better than nobody when you got skeletons in your closet too that can fall out any motherfucking time. You get what I'm saying? And the thing is, also, I feel that as though that this person that was around you, that was sitting up there keeping tabs on you and seeing if how far you would go, or how far you would make it right. I also feel like that they seen something in you that they needed. Okay, hold on, hear me out. They knew their weakness. They seen how strong and confident you were on certain things, you know, and they low key wish they were a little strong and confident in certain things in certain areas when it comes to men and anything where their weakness was, right? And they might have seen that you was a little bit more aware, so you didn't allow yourself to get caught up like that anymore, even if you did at one time. You get what I'm saying? They see you healed a little bit more in that area. So this is, hear me out. This is what they did. This is what they did. They tried to stay connected to you so they could see, be front row, and see how you do, either how you did it or how you're doing it, or keep or try their best to knock you down to making you be the same way they are, so they won't feel bad about not evolving. You get what I'm saying? Because if they see you just like you got this type of confidence about you, or you just not letting nothing, nah, you ain't letting nothing slide when it comes to certain stuff like that. And you might have had back then with them or whatever, but you kind of evolved a little bit. It's gonna have to make them move and do something. So they might be like, girl, go to this party, girl, go to this, talk to this dude, trying to distract you and put you in the same space that you used to be in and get you tied up into something, a situationship or a relationship, knowing damn well you knew that you wanted to focus on yourself and you didn't want that. But they're looking at it like, no, if I'm boy crazy, no, you gotta be boy crazy with me. Let me set you up with his homeboy. Let me, instead of respecting the fact that you said you focusing on you and you leveling up and you just healed and you don't need nobody. They're not understanding that because they know that they have codependent issues and they boy crazy, they girl crazy, and they can't do it. So they like, nah. I'm gonna make it where you can't do it either, because if you continue to keep on doing this, I'm going to see where my failure, and I'm going to see where I'm going to have to make a move. I might have to get better. I might have to. If I, man, and the easiest thing for them to do is bring you down rather for them to get up so they could be above you. You get what I'm saying? Or be on your level. They'll bring you down, back down to theirs, instead of bringing their self up to yours. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, ain't it easier just to evolve yourself? Get in that space yourself. You want to trip me up and make me go back and relapse with you. You get what I'm saying? No, it's gonna make them feel better about themselves because they had somebody to feel done with. You get what I'm saying? Rather than someone actually showing them it's possible that it could be done. You actually know the person who's actually doing it and evolving and healing from it. So you're very much aware, like, I'm front row seat saying that it can be done, but I'm not doing it. Why? Eh, Uh, 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 nah, I gotta make her go to a party. I gotta make her go this. I gotta I gotta be like, you sure you don't want to hit? You get what I'm saying? Like, you sure you want to hit this blunt? You know what I mean? Like, I told you I ain't been smoking for 6 months. Why the fuck would you do that? You get what I'm saying? Because they don't care nothing about you. They just care about being a little bit above you or bringing you back down to where they are. You get what I'm saying? They're not your friends. They're not your friends. They just there to compare your life with theirs. And as long as you are where they are or a little bit underneath, not too far above, then that's how they're just measuring their life against yours. That's it. Without you, without your example, you know, or level a scale of where you are in life, they're blind. They flying blind. They can't, they don't know where they should be at that moment. They like, I don't have nothing to refer to. You get what I'm saying? I have nothing to reference. I know I'm 30 something. Should I be doing this right now? Or am I evolving if I'm not? Am I staying the same? I don't know. I gotta see what she's doing. I gotta see what he's doing. What happened? Oh, 2 years went by. I haven't talked to them. What happened in them? What? Oh, they did this, they did that. Oh yeah, I gotta get on my stuff. Oh yeah, I was slacking. Like they not even aware of where they're supposed to be or what they're supposed to be doing unless they're looking and comparing themselves to other people. You might not be that type of person, collective, and you don't need to be around those type of people. Now, that person is someone around you that's like that, collective. So get away from that person. Deny access to them being able to see what level you're on. Because think about it, when they're able to see what level you on, they're able to attack you in a certain way. They know what to attack. Hey, come out with me. Hey, do this. Hey, do this and this and that. Let's be a part of this group, this women's group or something like that. And it's like, girl, I don't have time to be a part of no women's group, and then you gotta pay a entry fee and all that stuff and all that right now. Girl, I don't need that right now. I okay, it's good, but this is not for me right now. I'm not in that space to do that right now, and I ain't about to pretend or sitting up there or try to take out of my savings just to do this when that's not even something I had on my mind. That's what you had. They know where to attack. They know where to get you at. So I think that you're in the space where you're going to deny access so they can't see. They can't see. They can't see what level you're on. So they don't know how to attack you. And like I said, they attacking you blindly. And by them attacking you blindly, they just trying to say, I don't want her to level up. They giving you negative thoughts, want you to fail in some type of way, but it's not working now because they don't know your strength. You didn't grew, you didn't healed, you've gotten so much power that they didn't take the time to get that they know nothing about, right? And they don't even know your potential. You know your potential. You even know that you're not even where you see your potential to be anyway. But yet they want to bring you down way lower than your potential is. You get what I'm saying? Those people are there to keep you in a stuck, stagnant space, collective, and that's not where you need to be. But I feel like that you got the wisdom and you did the inner work. You're able to create where you need to be. You're so grateful. You just your heart, your pure self, and just who you are. Period. It's just a representation of why you're so abundant and why you're going to be so strong and why you have more potential to go if you separate yourself from those people. Okay, collective. I feel like Let's see. Okay, let's see what signs this reading could have been about. Okay, so collective, you could be like, understand they could be cross watching for you too. They could be looking at stuff. You're trying to make sure they above you. You never know. These people could honestly be trying to get readings about you too. You get what I'm saying? And that's the only way that they're able to like know whatever you're doing or know what level you are on at the moment. They could be getting readings about you. Like they could be being nosy collective when you not even caring about what they doing, right? All right, so look, let me tell you what signs that came out so you can be aware and see if this resonated with you in any type of way. Even if your sign didn't come out collective, if this hit home for you, will be pay attention, be aware. Okay, so Capricorn came out once, Sagittarius came out here twice, Aries, Aquarius. That's what it was. Aquarius came out here once. Virgo came out here once. Scorpio came out here twice. Leo came out here twice. Pisces came out once. Taurus came out once. Gemini came out once. So you could be a Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Leo, Pisces, Taurus, or Gemini. Or you could be dealing with that other person. Could be a Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Leo, Pisces, Taurus, or Gemini. Okay, so be aware of these people. Okay, even if you love them, you can love them from afar, collective. So that's all I'm saying. So if you like this message, if this resonated in any type of way, can you give me a thumbs up? Also, if you like how I do my readings and you feel like I be on point, girl, and you new here, hit that subscribe button because so you can be a part of the family. Okay. Also, if you would like to be part of the and part of the chat so I can shout your name out or you know exactly when I go live or whatever, it just give you a notification. You can hit that bell right there in the corner, and yeah, it's just gonna give you a notification, let you know the next time I go live or whatever like that, just so you won't miss a reading. And you don't even have to catch me being live. You could just get the notification and just be able to watch me later. It just allow you to not to have to find me again and be like, well, what's her name? And if you don't know, it's Foxy T. How you doing? I'm your, what we gonna say? I am, dang, I forgot what I would get. Oh yeah, I'm your goddess, like your god sis. Okay, I'm your god sis. I'm your sister in God. Like, like you know how they say goddess, but I feel like god sis. I try. Okay, I yeah, I tried to put a spin on it. Okay, whatever. You got it, you got it. You didn't, I'm sorry. All right, I love you guys. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit earlier. But still, like I said, hit that bell and it'll come up on your notifications anyway, if you would like. Anyway, but hit that subscribe button, boo. It don't cost nothing or whatever like that. And it helped me. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to level up. Help me level up. Like, I love this, but I gotta get paid.